We here at SCHS wanted to know more about our Franklin mayoral candidates, so we decided to sit down with Joe McGuinness and ask him a few questions about his campaign. What do you think is the most pressing issue for the city's next mayor?
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to come in and speak to you guys in regards to what my issues are with the city and my plans. The most pressing issue, I think, right now, and it's kind of a global issue too, but it trickles down to much locally too, is unemployment. We have to work with our local agencies that are set up in the county to work with bringing jobs, better paying jobs to the community. And what I would like to do to get to that point is partnering with Franklin Chamber of Commerce, Johnson County Development Corporation, Discover Downtown Franklin, the FDC, and the RDC in hopes of bringing better high-quality paying jobs to the city.
Name one issue in this campaign, in your opinion, that hasn't received the most coverage. What do you intend to do about it if elected?
Well, I think outside of the unemployment, which has been pretty well spoken as I'm talking to folks in the community, I think one of the biggest pressing issues, and we've seen more of it this spring with the continued rain, is the prevalent, and it's becoming more prevalent, is flooding. I don't believe we've been able to mitigate the flooding issues that we've received since dating back to June of 2008. And this spring, there was prime examples of not only Jefferson Street, but all the outlying neighborhoods, including those homes and those businesses in the downtown area, have continued to be flooded. And what I would like to do and how I would intend to pursue future flood mitigation is when we contract out and hire engineering firms and architects to assess the situation. I believe that we need to follow through with those programs and those plans that those trained professionals that know how to handle the drainage issues and the lines and the ditches and the culverts. We need to follow through with the plan that they put in place. And I think that will greatly benefit the city going forward, especially with the flood mitigation.
What are you for, and how are you going to get us there?
I'm for responsible growth within the city. I want to see, and I will ensure that the city of Franklin continues to grow and go in the right direction. But I do believe we need to do it responsibly. We need to have the right people in position to ensure that the government is efficient. We're listening to the people of the community, and we're not only listening, but we're following through with the ideas and the plans and the thoughts of our citizens and our taxpayers. And I think that it all culminates and it all comes together when you have a nice solid team and teamwork, not only with your department heads, but like I mentioned earlier, when you bring in other agencies, nonprofit agencies, and when you team with them in moving forward and to get the community going and growing in a responsible manner.
What has been Franklin's biggest success and failure in the last 4 years?
Well, I think it's one issue has been the biggest and the biggest success and the biggest failure. And as I mentioned again, the floods. The June of 2008 floods were. I have to give our current mayor a lot of credit for how quickly the city was able to respond and to get those homeowners that were devastated within the first couple weeks following the floods, to get everything dried out, get people going in the right direction, whether they had to move out or they had to dry out, and get those businesses up and running again. But as I mentioned, as that's a success, we're failing almost 3 years later with continued flood and water standing in backyards and in the downtown area.
Outside of any family member, who has influenced you most?
Outside of family, fortunately I have a great solid family background and support, but I think outside of that would probably have to be one of my dearest friends, Aaron Hagist. Aaron is a Franklin College or Franklin High School graduate, and he fortunately lives 4 houses down from me. And throughout all of this, all the turmoil and the highs and the lows of the campaign, he has been there. He's given me words of encouragement. He's told me where I'm slipping and how to correct it. And so I value our relationship. He was also very helpful with knocking on doors during the spring and was always there when I needed him for the campaign, and he's always there for our family whenever we need him.
What steps would you take to grow the city's economy during this economic downturn?
Again, it's teamwork. There's nothing that one single individual person can do to help the economy and get it to grow. I think we have to continue to work with or strengthen our bonds with our Redevelopment Corporation, Franklin Development Corporation, and bringing and Discover Downtown, and encouraging either growth or relocation or those establishment of those the quote unquote mom and pop startup businesses in the downtown corridor. And then in the outlying areas, 31 and 65, we have to continue to work with Johnson County Development Corporation and the Economic Development Corporation to encourage those larger businesses to relocate or to establish their businesses in our community. And you know, that has to be done with a cross between some good sound marketing and establishing relationships with those business partners outside of Franklin. And it also would try to encourage them to move here with hopes of bettering our community, bringing more quality families to Franklin, getting their kids enrolled in our school corporation. And I think that is very vital and very key in moving forward economically.
What makes your "I will make a difference" statement different than any other statements that have been said by past candidates?
You know, I don't want necessarily focus in on what past candidates have said. What I will say is that I'm not your typical true politician. When I get up here and I say something, I intend to do it, and I will do it. My background is I'm a Franklin College graduate. My background, I received my master's degree in business administration, so I'm more business-minded. And so when business people, when you start thinking business-wise, you develop a plan and you surround yourself with people that can help you fulfill that plan and follow through, and then you go do it. And I think that's one of the things that I want to instill is that I'm here, the plans that I have and the vision that I would like to see Franklin move, I intend to do that. I'm not just going to be sending fluff out there and trying to just to get a vote. My background is in municipal finance. Worked for a company in Greenwood, working with cities and towns across the state on budgets and TIF districts and those kind of things. So I get it. I understand the financial end of it. Now I would like to take those plans and those visions that I have and put it into place and ensure that we follow through with those plans.
To find out more information on Joe McGuinness, go to joeforfranklin.com. As always, we recommend thoroughly researching the candidates before deciding who to vote for. For FCTV, this has been Ariana, and have a great day.